All right, so welcome all listeners. In case you don't know, I'm going to do a little speed run. My name is Roberts. I'm in Rose. I do things. Shwin is in TFP. He's the leader. Wizel is the still current king of TKR. Nobody can tell me different. Sketchy is the leader of Singularity. Mass Titan is the head of FA for Carthago. And Tarroc is the leader? Executive of FA for the Syndicate. I'm not sure how their leadership works, to be honest. Welcome, everybody. Pinpico says Shadow Leader is Minister of Economics. So I will believe that. You guys should definitely unmute yourselves, though, and say hey.
Hey.
Straight up deafened himself. He will not talk in Sketchy's presence.
I think I've fulfilled my obligation. Show. Can I leave now?
Absolutely not. You're our main show participant so far.
Is Sketchy pulling a Moshan Lynch? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, look, someone else agreed for me to be on this show on my behalf, and so now I'm here.
10 out of 10.
I woke up and Roberts is like, so I guess you're not joining the show. I was like, huh? What's going on? All right, I'll join.
Oh. All right. So we've gathered here today to discuss the war, which Sketchy is not a part of, Wizel is a part of, Tarroc is not a part of, and Mass Titan is not a part of.
All right, so you picked the perfect lineup then.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't actually end up with any. Oh no, I got Wizel and Shwin, so I have both sides represented. Yeah. Okay. So Shwin, I want to kind of open the floor with you a little bit. You had a really solid, lengthy declaration of war post. Can you tell us a little bit more about your Casus Belli?
So yeah, it is pretty lengthy. I don't know. I enjoyed writing it because I am a fan of CVs that are well explained and gives the average Joe some insight into what goes on. Instead of like we declare or like backroom talks or like this or that or like something that the average guy doesn't really get. But I like laying it all on the table and everyone make their own opinions of it, I guess. In regards to the actual content, I mean it's all there, I guess. It's all written out. But I guess the shorthand version is that during our anti-Fortuna War last Mayish, early May, late April, we got into some. I'll say that. I guess some background is that obviously Aurora got hit, which hurt our ally CPO, and then we entered in against Midgard, and surrounding our entry there was a lot of pushback, especially from those in Udu and specifically those in and then throughout the course of the war they tried to pretty much insert themselves and involve themselves in all the proceedings. And then later, I found out that one of the reasons they were so interested was because they had a intent to enter on their side, which would not have been very fun. So that's the main gist of it. And everything else, if you want all the specifics and everything, it's all laid out in the text that you're welcome to read.
Mm-hmm. How do you respond to accusations that you didn't include a too long didn't read?
The purpose is to read it, so it kind of defeats the purpose. The point.
Drop the mic. Too true. But yeah, you guys are doing really well.
Hey, it's a coalition-wide effort, so. everyone deserves some praise for that one.
Well, thanks, Shwin.
Thank you, Sketchy. Thank you.
Well, you said everyone, so I'm taking my credit.
Yeah, you get some credit too, Sketchy.
Yeah, exactly.
So really, everyone's involved in Marcus. Everyone gets credit. Sure. Really,
Even
all of us
Wizel.
are rolling Udyr. Yeah. Even Wizel's rolling. We're all doing it.
Wizel, what did you think of the declarations of war posts?
Honestly, I didn't read all of them. I'll be completely honest. And I checked out a little bit from like the external stuff, but it's a war. I never turned down a war, so I'm here. I'm fighting.
Well, in this case, I don't think you're allowed to turn it down.
Yeah.
No. If you say no, they have to send peace.
Nah, true.
So
I think that's the official Yo style too. Just no, we don't want to fight. I've seen people use it before.
that's Rose's top FA strategy, to be honest. Just decline.
I mean, we have Rose's head of FA in the chat. Where's King? Can you confirm?
I think he said he has people at his house. I don't know if he's listening 100%. Oh, he said yes. It's alright, guys. Everything I say 100% represents Rose's actual official opinion. Just trust me.
And then we can get Darkblade on here. Darkblade's the official, not official secret leader of Rose. So I think he's got a pretty good view of what goes on.
Darkblade still leads Guardian in my view, and I will take no other opinions.
Still leads Guardian?
Huh?
When did he initially lead Guardian? I don't remember that happening.
He was their shadow gov. He ran
Right.
everything by virtue of being the only person that talked to people.
Right, that makes sense. I believe it.
So Sketchy, tell me why. Well, actually, never mind. I know why. The nap. I hate naps. If there had not been a nap, would we see Singularity optional defensing into this war?
Optional, yeah. We'd be defending Eclipse against the evil attacks of TKR on their members, of course.
So, actually, that's kind of a point I wanted to ask you guys about while we were here. Shwin, Sketchy, Tarroc, Wizel, Mass Titan. So this war, I felt like it was really centered around Grumpy for the most part. Like Grumpy's MMR was low. People wanted to jump on the whales, etc. But then when you go look at the stats, TKR has 500 defensive wars, which, again, there's a size disparity there in number of members, but like, what the fuck is going on with TKR getting stomped in this war?
Well, who else would they target? Let's be honest, all of their other allies are not very great, and Grumpy's very high tiered. So,
Mayhem was the most cited person in Shwin's post. So
sure,
I would think
but
Mayhem.
Did you see the performance of Mayhem in the last two wars? No one's going out of their way to focus Mayhem.
Mom's Friendly Robot Company, a very strong power there.
You should just keep listing the alliances. I'm making my point for me.
I mean, to be fair, and I hate to be that one math node, but if you look at TKO has 140 members. They have 490 defensives. BK has 47 members. They have 169 defensives. Grumpy has 34 members. They have 146 defensives. So it looks like each of them is averaging about 4 to 5 defensive wars.
Yeah, the ratio is about pretty close. So it's just because we have, like Tarroc said, 140 members. we're obviously going to have more defensives.
Yeah, but all this doesn't fit into my Orange Man bad narrative. So if you guys could keep up, please.
Alright,
Jeez.
Orange Man bad. I can't believe they suck so bad. TKO's the worst. Is that better?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what
I
I was
got
looking for. Also, welcome special guest. Vane's just joined us. I don't know if they're gonna speak or not. Vanes, are you able to use your mic?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, welcome to the show. First
Thank
annual
you.
Roberts Radio on DNN.
I'm happy to be here.
Nice. Well,
Well,
since
that
you're
makes one
here,
of us.
since you're here, totally not by coercion. Can you tell us? Can you elaborate a little bit on Eclipse's side of like the Cassis, the CBs of the war?
Yeah, so we were looking for like people to fight, and we felt like Grumpy and TKR were best suited, you know?
Okay, so you guys were basically just kind of like in the mood.
No, I'm
For-
fucking around. So we know Grumpy has wanted to be fighting us for a while, and we felt like it was the right time to jump them, you know?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So real quick personal question. I
Mhm.
saw a lot of this meme going around, and I completely missed, I think, the joke that went behind it. But I have my suspicions. Everybody asked if we should let Grumpy cook, and everybody said no. Does that have anything to do with this war?
I think it had to do with the Knight Templars, if they were going to choose a side. But I'm not sure.
Oh, so there wasn't like some plotting going on in the background or anything?
I have no idea, man.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe there were some juicy tidbits of that I missed, but I guess not.
No, I'm not sure about that meme.
Also, I did love the EU4 declare war screen thing on the declaration of war. That was extremely funny.
I
Yeah,
did like
props
that. I did like that.
Props to Gubber. I don't know how to say his name. He usually does our declaration of war, and he's pretty good at it. So we'll leave it to him for the most part.
Love it. Love it,
I
love it,
will
love it.
say, I think the two best people in Orbis when it comes to propaganda or memes of that sort of nature. I'd say two of the best would be Gruber, and I think that's how you pronounce it. And as much as I hate to give him any compliment, Darkblade, I'd say at the peak of when you see them post on the forums for war going on or something like that, you know, when it's one of those two posting, you know it's going to be legit. I like
I don't know.
Darkblade's
I think
videos in
Sketchy had
particular.
some. I think Sketchy had some pretty notable propaganda last war as well.
Hey, he's not allowed to like that though.
He has to string it together. He has to string the high quality stuff together. Goober's been doing it since Nightfall, I think it was, and you know Darkblade's been doing it since the last ride when TKO and TS were allies back in 2020. So if you get a couple of more years of consistent high tier propaganda posting, then you'll get in that pantheon.
Nah, bro. It's quality, not quantity. That's how it works.
Wait, does Sketchy's I'm gonna say 2019 posts, does that count in the terms of quantity? So I remember him being pretty active before he went inactive for a few years.
I
Yeah, I mean,
honestly just
all I do on the forums is ship hunts. That's what the forums are for.
I honestly don't remember much of anything before 2020. NPO's last time reset my mind. I just blanked everything out. I started remembering things February 7th of 2020 when BK deleted. Everything before that never happened.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I also kind of feel that way, where I don't remember a lot before NPO's last time, even though I was bouncing around back then. But we have an audience question real quick. Sketchy, where are you from? Obviously from Wales.
I'm a 14-year-old South African girl.
South African girl. Okay. So, Shwin, you still with me?
Yeah, we're still here. We're still here.
So a lot of this show is going to kind of hinge on you, I'm not going to lie, because I have noticed
alright.
some really cool stuff going on with TFP lately. So one, the long public declaration of war. So TFP has not, for those in the audience that don't really know too much history, TFP has really not been a very public figure in political life in PNW for a few years. It's only kind of recently that they've started moving and grooving. I think it kind of started with Harry, and then kind of continued with Velny, and then like really hit the ground running with Shwin. And then I don't know what Oriero did in between there. He kind of just vibed out. But really, I feel like most stuff kind of started with you, Shwin, with TFP kind of moving and grooving and doing more than just existing.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I think we had Harry for a good year and a half. So I think he's more someone that's behind the scenes kind of stuff, as opposed to big public statements or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, Vel had a few public statements as well, some fun stuff. But I mean, for us, I guess the only recent ones were this Fortuna war and this war now. But um, yeah, I mean, it kind of goes off what I said earlier. Like, I think it's cool to give like the average players some more insight into more of what actually goes on. So it's not they're not just sitting there and pressing buttons just for the sake of it, but there actually is like some meaning behind it. So that's what I don't know. That's at least partly why I do. It's a little more fun for everyone.
Well, good. I hope your members are thoroughly enjoying being a more active group. And I think that's reflected also in your war performance this war, where, correct me if I'm wrong, TFP is not really, like, has a few upper tier nations, but is not really the Whale Alliance. Like, you guys are mostly, the last time I looked, mid tier, low tier, maybe a few C30s, but really like mostly mid tier people like C20s and then the teens. Which makes it
Well,
kind of impressive.
What?
Am I wrong?
Yes.
I think we've grown a little bit past the C20 range, but I mean we don't have any C40s if we got one and yeah, it does depend on your definition of. Well, let me ask you that, I guess. What are your definitions for the low tier, mid tier, and high tier and whale tier? So to
So when
answer the
I say
question.
upper tier, my thought is always C35 or higher. So actually, I am looking. You guys do actually have some good tiering that I did not realize until just now. I guess I looked too long ago. So yeah, good job on that too. Welcome to the Robert Sucks TFP Dick show, I guess. But
Very nice, very
yeah,
nice.
the war performance is actually really
Maybe.
impressive too. Where you guys have the second most offensive wars declared, second highest net, 33 bill, I'm sorry, 65 billion inflicted damage. So yeah,
Well,
TFP's
if we
kind of
want to be
rocking out.
technical, if we want to be technical about it, TFP and TAP combined has the most offensive wars, but we can leave that off to the side for now. Um, but I think yeah, it's a good performance all around. So I was pretty happy. But it's always, or I guess it's easier to do well in an offensive war. It's not like we're gods now. We're putting up some solid numbers and we're doing what we got to do. So yeah.
TFP is definitely the new hegemony. But I am very impressed with how far TFP has come, because I kind of felt like maybe a year or two ago, if you asked literally anyone, TFP in their mind would be like basically an inactive dead group that was probably more of a hindrance on a sphere than an addition. So it is impressive you guys have come that far, even if it isn't a winning coalition, as the haters in chat are pointing out. But
What I'm getting out of this is that Roberts just hates TFP. It's like,
I
no,
do.
you guys have terrible tiering. No, we don't. Oh, well, I remember when you guys sucked. We don't anymore. Roberts, do you have something you want to say?
I have a long memory, so I like to see improvement.
Well, I'm happy we can satisfy that for you. But yeah, you know,
Robert, when are you becoming the leader of an alliance? I like to see improvement.
Bruh, I don't ever want to be leader again. That shit sucked.
Oh, but I want to see you improve.
Nah. I like to fester. I just like other people improving.
Right, fair enough.
But yeah.
it's nice. It's nice. Yeah.
Most importantly, I kind of feel like, and I really just wanted to do this to mess with people. You got TFP has significantly outperformed the media, which are allegedly a group of veteran players that are raiding, by the way. So really, they should be putting up the biggest net. But
I think they're getting busy. They're a bit busy getting rolled by World Task Force and Church of Adam. So I think
Yeah, didn't they have like no mill?
yeah, they didn't have any about. They didn't know about the Blitz
Are they
beforehand.
still
So
fighting them?
did
Like
they get
while fighting
kidnapped?
this?
Probably.
I think they pieced that one out. But yeah, they I mean they weren't given any notice beforehand, to my knowledge, and they also didn't have much mail beforehand. So
They've
yeah, I mean they've
received
got a couple
minus
people.
2 billion in damage, so I guess their rating's working. After all.
Yeah, some profit, some profit. Yeah, if we're looking purely at the net, obviously it's. I mean, we also have like 100 and however many people, as opposed to their like 25 people in the alliance, and then maybe the 5 people that are active. So
No. We
I'm
don't
just
do
getting
stats
from
on
this.
this show. We do
Yeah, Rob.
narrative. The
I'm
media
just
sucks.
getting from this show that Robert doesn't know how to do math, basic
No,
math.
stats don't matter. It's all about the narrative. TKR, Orange Man bad, Media Man
Well,
bad, TFP
I'll give you
man
some
good.
advice, Roberts. Generally, you want the narrative to line up as best as possible with the math. That's my advice.
No.
So you
Most
learn
people
math
can't even
first.
listen. The fact that people were still arguing about Eclipse and the Syndicate's size because they had training alliances or like the split off of test should tell you everything you need to know about the average PW player's ability to do math. Math does not matter at all in this game.
All right, you heard it here first. Math doesn't matter.
I could proudly say as an American, fuck math. But yeah. Flipping the script a little bit. Wizel, what is your perspective as the sole representative of your entire sphere on this show? Because Presidential and Morph were too busy.
My perspective on what?
What's your perspective on the war, your sphere's performance, etc.? How do you think people are doing, given the situation?
Given the circumstances of the Blitz and they double bought from Peacetime Mill, which we have done before too, and it usually doesn't go well for the defending side. So, we're trying to do as much damage as we can right now. So, just gotta play with the cards that we're dealt.
Quick poll for the entire channel. Does Grumpy actually run an actual MMR after this war? Yes or no?
No,
I think they will. I think they'll
I don't.
figure it out.
I don't think so. It's not like they
I-
didn't know this was a risk before.
I guess I mean I think from what I think Fee was saying beforehand in like Ron or something, but they well obviously they didn't nobody expected it to happen so quickly, but I think in MMR is something that's pretty pretty basic even with the small micros, even they have one. So it
Oh
is for a
yeah, it's
reason, but
basic.
I
Doesn't
think
mean they're going to do it.
yeah. I think they'll institute something now. That's just my prediction.
Okay, fair. I'm waiting on my internet to load one thing. Somebody asked a good question about an alliance in ODOO. So Tartarus asks, how is Name Withheld doing? It looks like they've declared 22 offensive wars.
Wow, hold on. Did they go down?
I am not sure, but I'm surprised to see it so little. Maybe they just kind of gave up though. But usually Name Withheld does pretty good for their size. They have 29 members, so that's not very good for their size.
Oh, right. Up from 2, yeah. I just remember there was a 2 in there somewhere. Oof. That's terrible.
To be fair to them, it's I mean just as easy as it is to look good in an offensive war, it's just as easy to look bad in a defensive war. So
No,
That is
no,
true.
that's not
If you're
being fair.
getting clapped, it is easy to just say fuck it and not worry about it.
Yeah, well, that's called giving up, and giving up is bad. They should be at least declaring wars to nuke people, if nothing else.
Very true. Very true. This was 36 hours into the war. Name Withheld had one offensive war. 36 hours is what, a day and a half?
Yeah.
I thought it was
So,
longer.
I mean, I can kind of see that
Oh, there it is.
not declaring like an offensive war. I don't know. Not really. I don't know. I would at least have found nuke targets within the first day.
Well, they're gonna lose all the Emperor and get rolled anyway, so there's no reason not to declare wars.
True. Is what it is. But
Especially when they have allies like TR declaring like 300.
I see Lucian
Yeah, I
is
think
typing, but
TKR
he's
is
not
pretty
in
much.
the channel.
Yeah, 291 for TKR.
Yeah, nobody on this planet can ever say TKR does not throw their nukes. Humi and what's his name by themselves.
Dorsai Wolf.
Yeah, Humi and Dorsai Wolf throw enough nukes to like carry most medium-sized alliances.
Yeah, they declare 5 or 6 wars, get their slots filled, nuke everything, get beiged, come right out of beige and declare more wars. That's their MO in this war, in wars like this. So more power to them. And that upkeep on those nukes is pricey, but they get to have fun in the losing wars like this. So.
Fair. Yeah, so the war's going pretty much as expected. I don't think anybody's overtly shocked. ODOO kind of got clapped, got caught with their pants down. Happens to the best of us.
We've been on that side, so
Yup.
we know how it is. We've declared from peacetime MMR double buys, so it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, for me personally, I really just feel bad for Morph. You know, he really wanted to grow. Thought declaring wars would get him that growth, but then he got declared on. It's very unfortunate.
Poor C. Isn't Morph like C40 anyway?
36.
36,
Well,
I think.
yeah, but the
36,
rest of
37.
PKR isn't.
He's a couple behind me.
Bro, imagine being C36. Didn't we have the fucking growth circles going? But
Yeah, the one that you were in is almost up to 40 now. There's like 3 people left.
I just got City 40 like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So I'm just talking shit.
I would have gotten mine in a couple of weeks.
so what you're saying is Vane's literally robbed Wizel of the greatest achievement of his life.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Yes. Absolutely.
So pivoting to kind of a meta topic real quick, I want to ask your guys' opinion and maybe get some answers from the quieter people. Mass Titan, does your mic work? I don't think you said anything the whole time.
It will work. Was probably the war thing, and that I'm not here.
Okay, fair. So just a meta topic, I guess, and I'll also kind of turn this into a question for Shwin and Vanes. Why did you guys choose to declare war when you did? Why not wait longer, or why not do it sooner, I guess?
Why should have we waited longer?
So it's my understanding, and again, as Sketchy pointed out, I'm bad at math, so I could be wrong. It's my understanding that you guys hit almost on the cusp of TKR getting ROI off of their rebuild. So you didn't like destroy the
Yeah.
rebuild,
There's no way they got ROI off
but
that rebuild.
you didn't hit them late enough where they really kind of got their money's worth from the rebuild.
It was only 5 weeks. So
Right.
They didn't get ROI.
Well, double check with Sherm, but I thought he
it was
told
only
me that
5
it
it
was
was only 5 weeks. It was only
pretty
5
close.
weeks.
But I could be
You
wrong.
know, the time was just suited very well for us. It worked out. I mean, if it worked out for us, like we just took the choice, you know. Like we had the option to wait a bit longer, but like we didn't really see the point of it.
Okay, fair. So there was no like real specific reasoning. It was just kind of like.
I
Now's
mean,
the
we
time.
thought like the longer we would have waited, the higher the chance would be for like them to like get their military up, maybe even doing a blitz against us. You know, like we don't know. We just felt like it was a good time, you know, considering their MMR as well. It was just like everything was perfect. Everything worked out, you know, for our
Okay.
side of it.
Very fair, very fair. Schwinn, thoughts?
I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, you wanna hit people when they don't necessarily expect it. I think, there's an argument to be made that is close to the ROI cutoff, but I think when Grumpy's planes are that low, you got Baines and Pascal sitting there licking their lips, absolutely ready to demolish those planes. So I think it's hard to stop them then. So
So
and yeah, the
Vane's
time was
salivating.
right. So, yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely salivating. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, Joe Baker, he had like 2.3k planes, and like 4 days later, he was becoming to 1.5k planes. I mean, you know, like, what do you want me to do with that, you know?
Yeah, I've said for a long time, I kind of feel like Grumpy has become way too comfortable with owning the whale tier and I've probably told some people in this voice chat this thought, honestly, but like once Grumpy kind of had a challenge tier wise, I kind of feel like they would fall apart because of their practices. So to kind of pivot that question into a question for the rest of you guys, are we, the rest of the game, I guess, going to start seeing, since we have 5, potentially 6 spheres, are we going to start seeing wars just back to back to back to back to fuck up people's rebuilds? Is that the new meta? What do you guys think?
I think people will go to war when it's most convenient for them. I don't think people generally set out to like fuck up other rebuilds.
Yeah, I am inclined to agree with Sketchy. I don't think there's really gonna be a way we can just say definitively this is how people are gonna go ahead and fight wars. Generally, I think the most common sort of thing we've seen is like at the end of an NAP, we see people build up because people are expecting, end of NAP, someone's gonna make a move. But besides that, it's just generally, hey, this happened. We want to go to war with this. Let's figure out generally a Friday that we can get good activity from membership. I don't think we're gonna really see a change in the way people fight wars to go, all right, this alliance fought a war. Let's figure out when we can hit them to kind of mess with the ROI or rebuild. I don't really see that becoming. I mean, that wasn't even, like Vane said, that wasn't even really what happened here. So, I mean.
Yeah, I didn't get the impression that was. The reason that it happened here is because obviously there's a nap. There's a 4-month nap period now from the previous war because TKR had just fought a war a month ago. Like, that's just why the timeline lined up like that. I don't think it had anything to do with like rebuild.
That's pretty smart, honestly.
TKR left their flank exposed, basically.
So Pascal said the point of this war and most wars being that done was not to destroy ODOO's ROI before they could get it. We went that early pretty much solely because Grumpy had low planes and we thought that they'd up their MMR by October. Is ODOO not how most people like say that in their head?
No.
All right, hang on. I have to interrupt you. Wizel, as the only member of the sphere, give us the official. How is it said? This discussion's been going on for like.
How I say it, not an official stance of the sphere. I say it Odu. That's how I say it. Me personally.
I've always said it Odo.
Odo?
I say Odu because it's double O.
Yeah.
All right, that's the official stance. That's the official take.
That's my stance.
All right, now that I know TKR wants it to be Odu, I'm going to start calling it Odo.
By the way, we're going to call this war Sleepy Pascal, because at the day of the Blitz, he just went AFK like 30 minutes prior, and he never came back.
Okay, I do actually have an answer for that. So, up until very recently, Wizel, Pascal, myself, and a lot of other people were playing in Diplomacy and Strife pretty actively. And we were fighting a war that Pascal was basically single-handedly coordinating, and like roughly 100-ish plus people, and like basically doing their entire war for them. So, like, I mean, literally maybe a week after he dropped out of that, y'all, Eclipse declared war, so I think he was a little burnt out. So I
Well,
forgive
I
him for
mean,
being
he was supposed to be here, but he just like he closed his eyes and he never woke up. So I had to like be alone doing milk runs for
He
like 4
died?
hours. Yeah, he
Pascal's
literally just
dead?
died.
My plan worked.
He didn't die.
I'm
He's straight
I'm
out of
never
fun
gonna forgive
time.
him, man.
He's kind of like Gandalf. He's gonna come back as Pascal the White and be more powerful.
Then he can join
Yeah.
KT.
Pascal,
I
screw you,
mean,
man.
what? Pascal and Vane, you two have been leading Eclipse for like what, 3.5 years now? Since early 2020, right?
Yeah, since
Since
we
it was
founded
mythic.
it, pretty much. Yeah.
That's a hell of a tenure.
Yeah, we've been
Pascal, you
like the
should
duo
retire
for
and
a
just
long time.
Pascal, you should just kind of
Oh,
retire and go away. Less French people in the game.
you know, I've considered retiring, but like, I don't think Pascal wants me to. I feel like the game is kind of getting boring, and
No, you can
that,
stay Vane. Pascal can go.
that
Just let
there's a lot
Darkblade
of
run it.
work to do, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Just let Goober be leader. I'm sure it'll go fine.
What do you think, Goober? Is he here?
Your alliance to Kev. Can't go bad.
Well, there you go. Live on air.
Yep.
Haynes is retiring.
I think the number one alliance to disbandment speedrun is still owned by NPO. They went from number one to gone in a single day.
That is very true. Either NPO or Divine Phoenix Empire, I think it was, or Coalition. I can't remember.
Was it technically guinea pig whaling corn? Because I was gonna say actually the tax firm they had.
Yeah,
Alex
were.
Thanos snapped that bitch.
Had like 20,000 members. Okay, maybe it was only 2,000, but
I think it was like I think they peaked
it was like
off at like
2,000.
1,200.
No, I thought it was like 2,000. Was it only 1,200?
Yeah, it's 1,200.
I like
1,200.
the fact that
something.
we said only 1,200.
Yeah.
That's insane.
A lot.
That's about the size of the current active player base.
What's the current? Who has the current loudest? Is it Rose or is it Camelot counting out of Camelot's extensions?
Do you count
Uh,
Camelot's
Rose.
extensions if they're purple and active?
No, I would say it's Rose.
Then
Yeah,
it's probably
fine.
Rose. Singularity's not far behind though. 30
Yeah,
more
I mean-
members till 200.
Well, the thing about noobs is you kick them all the time. We bring in like 20 noobs a month, and then we kick like half of them. Then we bring another 20 in, then we kick like half of them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just started doing IA, and that pretty much describes my life right now.
My condolences.
Yeah.
It's fine though, because eventually I'm going to have enough that I can just replace the entire alliance with C3s.
How many
With
IA
what?
members?
C3s.
Oh, true.
My
How
long-term
many-
plan is to get rid of all Albert here.
How many IA members does Rose have to run 215 people, not including their offshores?
So, are you
A lot
including
less.
staff?
Yeah, sure. Let's
'Cause
count staff.
If it's just Gov, it's just me and Valk right now.
Jesus Christ.
Valk is heading it. I'm helping. But we do have a pretty solid staff, I'm not gonna lie, who unironically carry the weight of the department. They're awesome people.
Yeah, I think counting the 3 offshores, Rose has exactly
and I
220.
think we have about 10, like 8 to 10 active IA staff. And they do a lot. So They're pretty great. Actually, that's a lie. I think we have more than that. We have 8 to 10. We call them captains, which are like middle management, I guess, and then we have some more lower level staff. But I'm gonna say 8 to 10 active IA people. Rose IA has never been the same since Melisma left of her own free will. I don't know who Melisma is. How much work do the Council Scions do? The Scions step up sometimes if they're needed. Like when the IA people left, a couple of the Scions jumped in pretty quickly to help. Valk obviously was one of them. Belgium Fury jumped in to help for a little while. So yeah, they do stuff sometimes.
What happened to a boss? I saw he got moved down to applicant.
Somebody told me he lost access to his Discord. He got hacked or something. And I guess he's busy in real life. I don't know.
This is just typical Abbas. He always goes AWOL. He'll be back.
Yeah, he likes to take his vacations. Abbas is too busy doing IA tickets. Yep. Big facts. Tarroc. What's going on in Sale, buddy? And Mass Titan also. What's going on over there in the newest sphere in the game? How are you guys doing?
Why are you asking Mass Titan?
Mass Titan's in Carthago, right?
Is Carthago in Sale though?
Are they?
I mean, I think they are, but
a lot of people are saying no. But if Aurora went to war, is Carthago?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think they're. I'm with you. I think they're in Sale, but
I don't think Syndicate wants to work with Carthago, but I think they got them either way. Who knows though? Tarroc, what do you think?
Carthago follows an independent FF-centric policy. So, yeah, I think working with Aurora itself is what we were looking for.
Okay, so fair.
I didn't hear that. I kind of stacked out.
He said Carthago is pursuing an independent foreign affairs policy.
Yeah, independent FA-centric policy. Yeah, we are not interested in the block level FA policies at the moment.
Right. So what you're saying is, if I hit you, your allies wouldn't defend you. Is that what you're saying?
What do you mean?
I mean, if I hit you, would your allies defend you?
Well, yeah, he still has treaties.
Yeah, we have treaties with Aurora and KG, yeah? No?
Right, yeah, but okay, let's say I hit you, right? And then let's say Aurora defended you. Would TS defend you? They'd have to, wouldn't they?
Or vice versa, would you defend TS?
Yeah, perhaps. It depends on the mood of the every FA person involved.
I guess if you hit Aurora, it would activate that him level.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you wouldn't, presumably. That's just the thing. I can't see a scenario where you aren't fighting with TS Aurora, to be honest, either way.
I guess there's like no guarantee, but like logically, they're probably gonna fight together. But they don't have the direct treaty, so it's not gonna be like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna fight with them. But logically, yeah, they're probably gonna be doing so.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Tarroc, what's Sale up to?
I mean, Sale's doing good. We're currently just kind of hanging out on our own. As was said earlier, I mean, there's currently, considering each of their members of Sale had been fighting in the what did that war end up being named? Dodge this. Considering
you could have prevented that.
I was way too busy. Yeah,
never let TKR name the war. Always ends badly.
At the end of that war, I started working in a hospital in Boston, so my activity went like just fucking vanished. That's why Lucas got to announce the existence of the treaty. I had 4 double shifts in a row and was just burnt. But to actually answer the members, yeah, basically everyone in Sale, Syndicate, Church of Adam, Legion, and Aurora all fought in the dodge of this war. So I mean, there's an NAP with Singularity. There's an NAP with Rose. I mean, and generally at the size we have, trying to fight Whelp, even if Pascal is a dirty Frenchie, would be akin to suicide. Also, I don't really have any interest in that. So, I mean, it's not really an option going on. And we didn't really have any interest in fighting Oro, considering we had TS and Legion had been allies there, and we didn't have any beef. So currently, Sale is just kind of on its own, existing as a sphere right now. We don't really have a ton going on our plate, but currently we're just enjoying being a sphere without causing drama, which is a nice change of pace.
Okay. Feel it. Are you guys happy with where sales at right now? In terms of size, composition? Or are you guys looking to add people?
I like Will Sale. I like the members we have in Sale. Legion and the Syndicate have been allies for a while now. Kiwi and I are good. Shut up, Kiwi. Kiwi and I are good friends, and I have a lot of faith in him, even if I did just tell him to shut up. And we had a good relationship and good experience fighting alongside Aurora and Church of Adam in the war. So I mean, fight. Kiwi's not in the Syndicate. Better, please don't try to steal my friend. I have so few of them.
Would you try to poach from an alliance and he's not even there?
Yeah. We had a good experience fighting alongside COA and Aurora, and so we enjoyed adding them on as allies and making a sphere with them. And I mean, it's kind of a nice change of pace compared to the last number of treaties the Syndicate has signed. I mean, if you look back at the last, what was it, 4 or 5, there was blowback for signing with TKO, which was addressed on other shows, so let's not get into that one. Before that, hi Sketchy. Before that, it had been being allies with Eclipse and forming Fortuna, had drama surrounding that, and we saw how it ended up. Before Fortuna, I believe it was before Fortuna it was that Wayward? I'm sorry, it's been a long day. I had a 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. hospital shift. My history is a bit fried right now. My mind's a bit fried right now. Yeah, so it went Fortuna, Wayward, Celestial. Before that it was Blackwater. So I mean, the last number of treaties the Syndicate has signed up for, or the last number of actual spheres we've been in, there's been quite a bit of drama, and so I think the biggest thing I've been happy about with forming Sale has been kind of just that it's honestly kind of low key. There wasn't really a big fuss. It didn't cause a bunch of arguments and Ron, I don't know if it caused arguments in DNN. Today's my first day being in DNN. It's my last day being in DNN, thanks to Queen Key or whatever her name is. But I mean, so forming Sale with people we like and trust has been enjoyable, considering it hasn't caused drama, and we feel comfortable and trust people. I'm sure you can all hear exactly how tired I am. Don't work as a nurse in a hospital, guys. Don't work in hospitals.
Do you work as a nurse?
I work as a nurse aide and transport. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I know it's a tough job. My fiance's a nurse. Yeah, well that's good. Good sales, no drama, drama free. Allegedly. The A in that acronym makes me kind of have a little question mark, but it's okay. G's not here to defend himself. Sphinx asked, what do we think about the treaty web starting to look more and more like a proper web? And what do y'all think about the rise of O-level treaties? Sketchy, what do you think about O-level treaties? Since Singularity basically only has O-level treaties right now.
Well, it depends on the purpose of the O-level treaty. A lot of people are using O-level, like were previously, not so much now, but a lot of people before were using them to hide numbers. We're using them right now to how I think they're supposed to be used anyway, which is to begin a relationship with an alliance, feel them out, and if they fit with us, upgrade them later. That's how I view ODs. Some people use them as like, I don't know, all this FA centric crap, and like ducking out of wars and like hiding in the middle. I don't know about that, but that's what ODs were always supposed to be for, to feel out a relationship. So that's my opinion of ODs, I guess. I think our ODs will last for a while, but you will see some upgrades and some MDs eventually.
What about that Hodor alliance? Kind of feel like you guys should cut them.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know we signed that until literally this morning. I was looking at our page. I was like, hold on. So I was told that he asked for the treaty, and I was like, all right, okay. Is this another like Pika party thing? And then I looked at it. I was like, oh, signed. Okay, that was the end of it. Fine, guys. If anybody hits Hodor, I'm not going to defend him. You're hearing that first from me. Unless I want to hit you, in which case I will defend him.
Okay, that's fair. I was gonna tell Tarroc to have a good night, but I think he already left. So, what about the rest of you guys? How y'all feel about O-level treaties?
It's probably used as an NAP, just to not fight each other, in my opinion.
Yeah, either that or just some like deterrence kind of thing is how I see them.
Yeah, like, our treaty with Night Templars, like, I hate them. Like, fuck them. But it's helping them to not hit us.
True.
I've always hated Katie, but, my master plan worked out. I tricked them into signing the treaty, so yeah, they can't hit us anymore.
Is Veldy
Yeah,
still?
but you can't hit them.
Yeah, well, when the time comes, I'll just, remove the treaty, and when they least expect it, we'll go in.
Yeah, they'll at least expect it when you give them 72 hours notice. They won't see it coming.
Well, what's 72 hours, man? I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. You subscribe to the Aurora view of treaties. Makes sense.
Yes, Pascal, this is me talking. Fuck you.
How about you, Roberts? What do you think about it? Turn it on you now.
I don't know if I hate it or love it. Like, I love it in the sense of, like, people are trying out different things. But as with all things political in this game, I feel like people use things in cool, fun ways, and then other people use things in ways that suppress the more interesting pieces of the game.
I have a question for you, Robert. Why do you think the OD stuff is new? Like, there have been ODs before historically, and I know there was a whole thing with ODs like before the last war. People signing them everywhere.
They're definitely, they've existed for years, but I feel like they just made a resurgence lately in terms of people signing them. Like, I think they kind of went away for a couple years where people were just like, what's the point?
Well, I think it's more that there was a lot of solidified blocks when you're in a position like we are, Singularity, where you're not really in a block, but you're looking for potential allies to eventually, make something of your own. It makes more sense to sign ODs and feel those allies out than just like MD them if you don't have a block in place.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, again, I don't dislike them. I don't know. I don't really have a problem with the political structure at the moment. I think we have a lot of healthy spheres. I think we have a lot of healthy little kind of intersphere ties with some ODPs being thrown around. We have, thanks to a couple of key mergers and just good econ on the part of certain groups, we have a lot of healthy competitive alliances. Like, it's not just Rose, the Syndicate, and TKR anymore. We have probably at least double that number in terms of competitive groups. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of negativity lately about the game and politics in general, and usually I'm like right on that beat as well.
Yeah,
But,
aren't you usually the one that's spewing the negativity with the
well,
not
I
enough
always
this, not
gotta
enough that?
keep the conversation moving either way. But I'm actually pretty positive comparatively, as opposed to, like, say this time a year or two ago. So yeah, props to Singularity, props to TFP. I think the Immortals have come pretty far in the last couple of years since they were in Hollywood.
What is your opinion on TKR being the 6th largest alliance now?
I did see that where are they 6 or 7? I thought they were 7.
Well, they're 7th in
Seven.
score, but
Seven.
they're 6th in cities at the moment.
In cities?
Yes.
I'll
As
be
of
honest, I
my
don't have the
last
ranking
look.
for city. Who are the first 5 in cities?
I believe it's pull it up. Rose, then Eclipse, then Singularity, then Syndicate when you combine the Enterprise, then TFP, then Immortals. Then TKR, then Immortals. Immortals is 7th.
Damn. I mean, can I lay enough praise on TFP on one radio show? I'm actually surprised TFP surpassed TKR in terms of cities, to be honest. But
Well, this is why I feel bad for Morph. His whole strategy is out the window. He's going to need a new one. I think we should redirect all our efforts in this chat to helping Morph come up with a new plan for TKR's FA. I think if we put our heads together, we
has
can
Morph been
figure something out.
around? Honestly, like, I haven't seen much of Morph lately. Like, in the last, honestly, like 6 months.
He's around. He's been really busy.
He just may not talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And yeah, he doesn't talk to you.
So
He's been around.
Perfectly fair.
No, he got a new job. I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. I forgot how long ago it was, and he's been really busy with that. So he is still around.
Just looking at, like, the little member distribution graphs, though, like, I feel like it kind of makes sense. TFP has more has opportunity for growth in terms of just number of cities, whereas TKR has like a I feel like most of active TKR is probably like C25 or higher at this point.
Yeah, well, TKR doesn't seem to be recruiting as much as they used to from the numbers I've seen.
Well, I think Slack is a detriment, but other people would argue me to death that that's not true, so I don't know. Slack is a detriment for me, I'll say that, when everybody else uses Discord. But yeah. What about Singularity? How are you guys doing? I see you guys are coming along with some solid walls.
We're doing terribly. We're the worst alliance. Don't look at us.
27 C33s.
Sorry, sorry, I couldn't hear. What did you say?
It's pretty good.
I didn't hear it. Nah, you're lying. That didn't happen. Don't look here.
20 C30s, and they're all stacked in this little four-city group.
Whoa. Okay, I don't want to hear any more of this propaganda.
47, 55, 60. So like 60 plus people sitting at C30, like just in that one tier. That's pretty strong. Singularity might be the hegemony.
Yeah.
and Singularity will have to 1v1 to see who the real hegemon is.
No, my plan is I'm gonna build 100 C40s, and then I'm gonna challenge Grumpy to a duel, and the winner has to, the loser has to delete all their nation and leave the game.
100 C40s versus 34 C50s. Who would win?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, most of Grumpy is below C50, but
by the time I have 100 C40s, they'll be C60.
That's probably true because 100 C40s would be insane.
Yeah. Look, I'll give them advance notice, Darkblade, so they can fully mill. I'm a nice guy.
True. At Vayne.
But yeah, we're just chilling. We're just waiting things to shank out, relaxing, slowly building a sphere, maybe.
Yeah, what are you looking at?
Well, look, I can't answer that question, or other than to say that, look, SID told me that we need to build a sphere, and I take all my FA advice from SID because he's obviously the expert. So
True.
I got started right away.
Very true. Okay, well, how about this hypothetical question?
All right.
If you could pick your own sphere members from the current alliances in the game, what sphere would you put together?
Let's
say,
see.
like,
well,
4 or 5
what alliance are you? What alliance are you in, Roberts?
Rose.
Oh, I just signed Rose. I can't be Rose. Right? Okay. Let's see. I'd go with House Stark because I hear that Lysander is the new head of FA, and I love him. Syndicate because Tarroc is my best friend. And I wish he was here to hear that, but he's not. I'm gonna go with
Never say it
Og.
to his face.
That way they can't raid us anymore because we'll have a treaty. And Bourbon Street because I'm pretty sure they won't defend us if we get attacked. I think that'd be a good block. What do you reckon?
I was with you until you said Bourbon Street.
Look, you need at least one dud in the sphere to lower your threat level. That's how it works.
True.
In this case, I'd be signing 3 duds, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well,
right,
okay, I have a better question for you, Robert.
Okay, go ahead.
What alliances would you tell me to sign? Look, after SID, you're my second favorite person.
Okay,
so just tell me who to sign, and I'll
Singularity,
do it.
TFP, and Immortals.
Alright, you're no longer my second favorite person.
Boom. Just those 3 alliances, nobody else. You guys just steamroll the shit out of mid-tiers.
I mean, I feel like you'd only need 2 of those alliances to steamroll the mid tier. Shwin's here. Shwin. We don't need TI, do we?
I think then TI and us we have to compete for who has the higher informations, who's who likes to farm the most, and we don't need that kind of competition.
Exactly. If anything, you're not thinking about it, Roberts. We should be setting them against each other and having them fight like a 1v1.
We could just
The winner gets to not sign Singularity.
We could just do the we could call it the Robert Sphere. Just do TKR, Singularity, and Rose.
Yeah, that sounds like a miserable time.
I think that would go together great. I foresee no issues with that.
Yeah, I think I'd have to quit the game again.
Kigos would go back into retirement.
Well, I think he's already back into retirement.
So if there's any... I'm pretty much out of questions for the panel of esteemed judges.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought you were out of questions like an hour ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
It didn't seem like you prepared many questions. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I didn't. I thought there would be more feedback, honestly. But Goober does ask, what do you guys consider a relevant tier? Where does relevancy kick in for an individual nation, statistically?
25 plus.
25?
Yeah, I'd say
I was going to
30.
say the same thing.
I'd say 30.
Nah, because the thing is, there's a lot of people tiered at 30, and if you have enough people below it, you can have them push up. So 30 is like right in the center. There's always relevancy right below the center.
I'd agree with that, but I feel like 25 is too low. I feel like it's 27.
Nah, because it's what five
Or just wants
city
to be
upper clear
different, to
isn't
be
that.
honest.
Yeah, you're just being a contrarian now, Roberts.
Yeah.
Plus, we've already established you're not good at math, so we should just agree that I'm right.
That is fair. Okay, I will concede I'm not a math whiz. But any other audience questions before I fuck off and go play Red Dead Redemption? Oh, okay, we have a request to speak. I'm sure this will be 10,000 IQ.
I mean, it's under. Why wouldn't it be?
Did you know for just $5 million you could buy a DNN lottery ticket and you can win part of a $3 billion pot? Buy now. Hi, dude. Let me have free tickets. $3 billion.
Well, that's a lot of pot.
Yeah, it's a lot of. Hi, dude. Give me free tickets, you piece of shit.
Yes, buy the DNN lottery. All right, guys. Well, thanks for showing up for the show. I appreciate you guys coming on and chatting with me.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for assembling this unique panel. And yeah, great show.
10 out of 10. Wait, Sleeping Ninja has a question that got ignored. What is it? Why? Oh, okay, never mind. I can answer that in text. All right, bye.